Hello guys, this is Bitcoin, and I've come from a short time I was live on TikTok, whereby I shared a setup on a buy. We took that buy with my members, for those people who are live with me. Now let's do a recap on Bitcoin, just on daily time frame, what I'm anticipating. All right. So now, if you look keenly on this time frame, this is the daily time frame, right? If you look keenly, we have this candle here, but generally, okay, let me do this on weekly. So if you look keenly on weekly, this is Bitcoin on weekly. We have what? We have this breakout structure. So we've been bullish on this pair. We've been bullish, all right? So we have the breakout structure, and then we have what? The demand, which led to that breakout structure, and then the demand was mitigated. Now this low was what? The inducement. This low is inducement. That's not a breakout structure, it's an inducement. All right, it's an inducement. We've mitigated the demand, which led to what? To this breakout structure. All right, so now we start looking for buying opportunity. Okay, so now let's have a look at what's happening on a daily time frame. So when we mitigated that demand, we formed this beautiful CRT for buy around this area. So we swept the high, we swept the low, and then we're targeting what? The high. So this is our draw on liquidity. So if you look keenly on around the high, we have what? We have this bullish candle around this area, right? Which making this area to be our key level, right? So we have this area here. For those people who know about this point, these are a drop, base drop, right? So that makes what? That area to be our key point. So you might even see that we might even push up to that level, right? So this liquidity is going to act as a magnet to trap what? To attract the market to reach around that area, right? Now, since we have swept this low, so we are supposed to be looking for opportunities for buy. So we swept this low, and market came for a certain demand at around this area, and then we had to check that buy. So when we mitigate that demand, you can see we also formed another CRT in here for buy. So when we went above, we left this order block, and then this order block, you can see we formed what? We formed a CRT for buy around this area, and that's the reason why I'm on buys on this area. Now let's go to before we go to the next time frame, I just want to explain something around this area. If keenly you look around this area, when we mitigated this order block, we formed a CRT here. We swept this low, and we are buying towards what? This high, the high of this. So we swept this low, we target that high. This is the candle of yesterday on Saturday. It took out the high of Friday and also the high of this on the high of Wednesday, and then we closed inside the range of this candle. So the reason why I told you that we might experience some sales from there up to a certain level here, and then we continue being bullish, is because of this candle of yesterday. It swept the high, and then it closed what? Inside the range of this candle. So I'm looking forward either this candle of today on Sunday or on the candle of Monday to sweep what? This low. But probably I think the candle of Monday will take out the low of Sunday and also the low of Saturday, and then it mitigates this area here, and then we go up, right? Now currently what I'm looking forward is there is a zone here on 1 hour, and also there is a supply here on 1 hour. So currently, if we go to the 4 hours, the reason why I took some buys is this. We had this bearish candle, which gave us what? The range high and the range low. We swept the low, so we are looking a buy towards what? This area, right? And then if you look keenly on this area, there is a zone. There are some analysis I have done on SMC part on this area, so that the reason why I took that buy, right? So the SMC is just for confirmation. So if we go to let's use the 5 minutes. Let's use the 5 minutes. So this is the area here whereby we swept what? That four candle low, right? So when you set that area, we had what? This is the last break of structure, and then we had the change of character. This is the demand. This is the demand which led to that change of character, right? So that's the demand which led to that break of structure. So when we mitigated this demand, we also had what? We also had this area as what? We had also had this break of structure. This is our last break of structure, and then this is the change of character, and then this is the demand which led to that change of character. Market mitigated that area, so you could have even managed to take a buy from this area, right? Now coming on to this time frame, I mean now on the next area, on this demand, this is the demand which led to this change of character. And then when we mitigated this area, right, when we mitigated this demand, we swept this low. So this is a sweep of liquidity, and then we took out what? That high. So when we broke above that high, that's a change of character. And then this order block, this is the order block which led to this change of character, right? Now this order block you're seeing here, I've just refined it on 1 minute. So if you go to the 1 minute, you're going to see how that area was being refined. You see that candle? This is the candle on 1 minute. You can either refine, but this is the reason why you can see around this area. I did not put my stop loss around this area here, right? Because there is also, it's a combination of these two zones, right, in order for you to be safe. So you might even put a stop loss below this low around this area, and then you get stopped out. So that's the reason why I put my stop loss around this level here. That was the area my stop loss was, around this area here, below the low of this. And then you can see it only mitigated this zone, and then we managed to secure all this risk reward ratio. So just a 1:8, just a 1:8 risk reward ratio. So when we mitigated, we caused the what? Remember, around this area here, this is a change of character which has occurred here. And then we went up, coming back to the demand, and we have taken what? That buy, right? And also, when we caused this change of character, we caused a break of structure. So we had what? Two confluences, two setups. Change of character, we've caused the break of structure, and this is the demand. So when we mitigated this demand of this change of character, we caused what? The sweep and the change of character. So we were to come back to mitigate this candle so that we can have what? That buy. So that's the reason why I've taken out that buy. Yeah, I was targeting this area. Now if we go back to, let's go to 30 minutes. Let's have a look on 30 minutes. So now this is the 50% of the 4H candle we've mitigated, right? That was my TP. I'm looking forward either to have a sell from this area or this area, but generally I'm looking to have a sell from this area towards this with confirmation. Remember, everything works with confirmation. So if you know confirmation, no getting in. So take a sell from there to this zone so that you can have the continuation of the buy. So this is the low. If you see this line here, this is the low of Saturday. So I'm looking forward to have that buy. Yes. So that's how I managed to get that buy. Cheers. And also make sure to join us if you wish to have an account management or for mentorship. Make sure to reach out through this number. This is my official number, right? This is my official number. So make sure to reach out through this number. Yes, make sure to reach out through this number for account management and also for mentorship and also for signals. Make sure to reach out for VIP signals. Thank you. Have a lovely week. Cheers. Bye bye.